What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And today we kind of got a little update. As of the time of recording this video, it's the 16th. It's Wednesday night. So if you're watching this, the day it comes out, it's Thursday. And I haven't streamed all week because of everything that's happened the last few days or so. It's been a wild ride this week. On top of having to, jump through hoops with work and my doctors fighting each other and a whole bunch of other crazy shit. We're going to discuss the test results that came back just this week. So I'm going to put those up on the screen now. And anyway, these notes here are the doctor's notes. These are notes that the doctor makes whenever they do a visit, so to speak. We got the test results from my lung function test, and we got the CT test back. So we're going to talk a little bit about those. The first part of it pretty much says that, seen for the follow-up. The diagnosis and the visit. Everyone knows that I had COVID back in January. Heart palpitations kind of been coming with it, but due to they found multiple different nodules inside my lungs. Don't know what they are, but we do know that it's not like cancer or anything. But due to the pulmonary function exam, they realized that I have an obstruction in my lungs, which is making it really difficult to exhale. And if you can't exhale right, then you can't inhale right. So they diagnosed me with COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It's definitely not been a fun experience. Let's go ahead and see what else they had to say. Now, this is the big one. This pretty much what our treatment plan is for everything here. Says he has shortness of breath, tightness in chest since COVID in January. Patient undergoing workup, significant function limitation, which pretty much means that there's not a whole lot that I can do. Have seen pulmonology, diagnosed with mild COPD. Holter monitor, which is pretty much the heart rate monitor I was wearing for a month or so, is pending evaluation because of slow ass fucking cardiologist. He's completed my work restriction letter, so they're pretty much saying that I won't be able to return to work until probably August or September. COPD, I had a history of, smoking and dipping or whatever. Residual shortness of breath followed up by pulmonology. Found to have a mild obstructive lung disease on pulmonary function tests. CT scan shows parapulsable, I can't pronounce that damn word, paraseptical emphysema and scattered lung nodules. Recommended follow-up in a year. They want to check the sizes to see. Right now they're 3 millimeters, so if they start growing, then we know we got a problem. Recommended follow-up in a year. Another CT to be performed next year. They put me on low-dose steroid and started me on 2 different inhalers. To finish it all out, it states that patient's shortness of breath is improving and slight improvement in functional capacity, which is true. Here recently, I've been able to do stuff around the house and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, nothing too crazy. Patient has undergone significant dehabilitation due to chronic limitations, which pretty much means that normal stuff that I would be able to do, I'm no longer able to do. Pulmonology recommend referral for physical therapy for reconditioning. This is all prior to me being able to go back to work. I'm going to have to undergo physical therapy to kind of recondition the muscles in my body to being able to work extended periods of time. That's if we even get to that point. As of this point, what does all of this really mean? Broken down and summarized pretty much. I got COVID back in January, and COVID fucked my shit up. That's pretty much what it did. Right now, we're still waiting to see what the deal is with my heart. There's a good chance that there's an inflamed heart, not a for sure thing, but we're waiting to get me into some specialists to check in about all that. But as of right now, we've got an obstructive lung disease. It's definitely serious enough to where we did a trial run today. We went up to Magic Springs for a few hours. Just to see how my body would react to the extreme heat. And I got to tell you, it's not a pretty thing, not at all, because we were sitting in the heat, just waiting in line in queue, and I couldn't breathe. It was just like a fat chick was, grinding on my titties or something. It was pretty rough, and I was just like, you know what, I need to cool off. I need to get out of here. I need to go do something. And I said, it's getting to the point to where I couldn't breathe because it was just so hot. And so we left and went to the water park. And as soon as we got in the water and we got to the water park, everything seemed to be stabilizing itself out. So like I had said before, that we could possibly be limited to what we do. Right now, roller coasters doesn't really seem like a possibility because of the extra strain on the heart it would put. So right now, we're kind of limited to just kind of water parks only type of thing. Now, me being me, this has been a lot to kind of take in the last week or so, because I didn't really have a lot of experience with understanding what COPD was and anything like that. But the chances of me being able to fully get back to where I was is like a 1% chance. There's probably no way that I'll get back to where I was. We're not exactly sure what the final limitations are going to be. We'll find that out here in the near future, but there's probably about a 98% chance that the job I was doing, I'll still be with the same company, but I'll probably be doing something a little less physical, just until, something else comes along, or until I start improving, which really I think we're pretty much at the best as what we're going to get, is where we are right now. So as of this point, the heat on top of everything else, if it was like winter or fall time, roller coasters wouldn't be that big a deal because we wouldn't really have all the heat bearing down on us. But being the fact that we do have the heat to deal with and it's really hot this summer, it's highly unlikely that we will be making, okay, I'll just say it straight up. We're not going to be making any Six Flags trips this summer because I just can't handle the heat. Like I said, we tried it for like 20-30 minutes today, and it was just like my chest was hurting. It was hard to catch my breath. Used my inhaler, it did nothing. My heart rate was like 120, 130. I was just like, dude, there's no way. We can't risk it. So that's why we are where we are. So if we're going to take any trips this summer, what are we going to do? The trips this summer that we're going to be taking are going to be to water parks. We've been talking about planning a little mini vacation because I've been cooped up here in this house, going to doctor's appointments, getting shot all over my body, getting tests done, doing treatments, and not working, and doing this, and eating nasty, ugly food, and it's just been just completely bonkers. And we've been pretty much stuck here. So we're pretty much like we're in jail almost. So we decided that what if we could get away for a few days? What could we do? Could we do something that was going to keep us cool, or, what's the deal with that? So we came up with the idea of making a trip to Arlington, Texas, to the Hurricane Harbor there. We were possibly talking about going to San Antonio because they have water parks at Fiesta, Texas, and at SeaWorld. But the fact of the matter is that's a 7-hour drive. 7-hour drive for someone like me is just I can't make the drive. So that's where we are with that. If it wasn't that way and finances were like they normally were, then that's a pretty good chance that's where we would be going right now. It's something that we definitely want to do, but it's just something we're just not able to do. So we're talking about getting a hotel for a few nights in Arlington and then going to Hurricane Harbor for like 3-4 days. It's a water park. It's cool. It's, And there'll probably be a couple times where, we'll start out the day, we'll go to Six Flags for, an hour or two, pretty much ride the stuff that we want to ride, like Shockwave and Freeze and Giant, just to kind of ride our favorites, get them out of the way, and then get the hell out of there before it gets too hot. So we'll probably do that at the beginning of the day when it's not as hot. So it's just easier to get that stuff done. We're going to use our Flash Pass to get those rides done. And then we'll probably leave and make our way over to Hurricane Harbor, where it's a lot cooler. This weekend's Father's Day weekend. And in the past, I had said something about a trip on Father's Day weekend. We are still taking that trip. Like I said, today we made a trip up to Magic Springs just to kind of give it a trial run. We talked about going back tomorrow, doing a park review. But we're not exactly sure what's going to be open. It really just depends on how I feel after today. If push comes to shove, then tomorrow we'll be going to Magic Springs to do a park review. We'll do a park review, water park and theme park. We'll do a whole snap dab, the whole thing. And then I think after that we'll come home for a few days. And then after Megan gets her test done for driving, we'll be making our way over to Arlington for pretty much all of next week. The main thing is to not overdo it. And so it'll be a really, really slow pace. It's going to take a little bit longer to get these park reviews out. I've got videos already uploaded all the way up until Friday. So this weekend, I'll spend time editing the video for Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. But yeah, so the only trips that we can fairly officially take are water parks. And the only good water parks that are around, anywhere around here that are worth going to is like Hurricane Harbor in Arlington. It seems to be the closest one. There's also Epic Waters and Great Wolf Lodge there in Dallas as well, but they seem to be a little bit on the pricey side and just not something we can afford for an extended more than one day type of thing. Because with Six Flags, we already have membership, so we get in free anyway. Well, it's not free, but hell, free enough. But we get in there. And it's a lot cooler in water than it is walking on asphalt. We understand that it's going to be a little bit more packed, but we'll have a Flash Pass with it so we can skip the line on most of that stuff anyway, as Flash Pass also carries over to Hurricane Harbor as well. But yeah, it's not looking good. I'm not asking anybody to try to send me any money to try to help anything out, because with all due respect, I don't really want your money. I just wanted to kind of keep everybody in the loop about it. And everybody always keeps saying, well, we'll pray for you. That's good enough for me. So I just wanted to keep everybody updated, keep everybody in the loop. Everything is going okay. I still have chest pain 90% of the day. I'm starting to live with it. But that's going to do it for this one, man. Like I say, we got a park review coming up. It'll probably be posted Monday. And then probably next week we'll do a Hurricane Harbor review. It's the first time doing a water park review, so I'll probably suck at it, but it's all about improving. So thank everyone for watching, and like always, man, peace.